I'm Abi-Gaye Smythe. I'm 25 years old and I'm living with arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. This is a rare and progressive heart disease that affects the right side of the heart. So basically the right side of my heart doesn't work properly. The right ventricular wall is thin. I have 2 leaking valves. My heart is a little big and my heart races fast to the point where it can send me into cardiac arrest at any time. I've been having signs and symptoms since I was 7. But I wasn't diagnosed until I was 19 years old because over the years I wasn't diagnosed or misdiagnosed because doctors listened to my complaints and without doing any tests they said that, oh, nothing is wrong with you, you're fine, you're the typical 7, 8-year-old, you know. When I was 10, a doctor told me that I have an anxiety disorder and that's the reason why I'm having chest pains and that's the reason why my heart is always racing. My mom died of a heart condition in 2002. Throughout the years through high school and community college, my symptoms got worse. I couldn't take it anymore, so I contacted a friend of mine who's a doctor, Dr. Gilbert Walcott, and I said, hey, what's the first step in getting this thing checked properly? I can't take this anymore. And he said, okay, let's do an ECG. We did the ECG and it showed that I have an abnormal heart rhythm. So he referred me to the cardiology clinic at KPH. They were full, so KPH sent me to UA. So when I went there, I did a series of tests. And the first test that I did was a treadmill stress test. And right after I finished that test, the Dr. Sandra Williams Phillips, she looked at me and she said, you might have the same condition that killed your mom. I was at the hospital often and was rarely at school, so I was missing school. I was stressed, I was scared, you know, and this affected me in school. My grades fell, you know. I was actually placed on academic probation at the end of my first semester I had a 1.98 GPA, you know, and then I did my first surgery in April 2012. After that surgery to implant the device, the day after that my lungs collapsed. They collapsed in my body. So, you know, the day after they had to cut me again while I was awake this time to put a tube inside of me to drain the excess fluid and air off my chest. That was fine, came out of the hospital, everything was fine. And then 2 weeks after, I got shocked by the device for the first time. Now this device is an implantable cardioverter defibrillator. It basically monitors my every heartbeat and corrects the irregular ones. So when my heart is beating mildly irregular, I feel the therapy like a little bubbling in my chest, or I feel it pacing my heart to regulate it. But when my heart is racing really fast, where the battery detects that I'm at risk of going into sudden cardiac arrest, then it shocks my heart to calm it down. Now in an episode, I'll get like 5 or 6 shocks, a couple seconds apart. And each of these shocks feel like a horse kicking me in the chest. So yeah, it's not a pleasant feeling, you know. So after that first experience of getting shocked, when I calmed down, you know, I just went on my phone and I was look on WhatsApp for my doctor's name and I was like, dear sir, I am coming in on Monday and you remove this from my chest. I do not want it anymore. Sorry for the inconvenience, you know. I was like, listen, I don't want this. I don't want to live with this. I can't do this, you know. But he reassured me that, hey, we went through a lot to get this device. It was very expensive. We got it for $15,500 US and a discounted price back in 2012, you know. So he said, listen, this is saving your life, so you have to just live with it. Recovered after that. In October 2012, we had to do surgery again because my body was rejecting the device. The device is titanium. My body isn't used to that, you know, so it was pushing it out of my body. The device was actually tearing my skin to come out. So I had to go back in to put it deeper into the flesh. March 2013, I got shocked again. I was at risk of going into cardiac arrest and the battery had to shock me to calm my heart down. Now, after those shocks, which were so intense, I was hospitalized because the shocks were so intense that the wire that goes down to my heart from the battery, it shifted and it was trying to pierce my heart from the inside to go outside. So I was hospitalized for that. Fast forward to 2015, the battery started migrating. It got loose and it was started migrating further and further down. And in early 2018, we realized that it was too far down in my breast. It was causing a lot of pain and discomfort, sometimes inflammation and swelling. So they had to go in. June 18, they went in to do a surgery to lift it out of my breast and to secure it in place. Now, during that procedure, they used a mesh to wrap around the battery to secure it in my chest so it doesn't move again. But 2 weeks after that, 3 weeks after that, I felt a sharp pain, and we realized that a part of the mesh was digging into my flesh and was almost eroding my skin, to tear my skin to come out. So we had to go back in. So July 29, I did a surgery. The battery has a lifespan, so as time goes by, as soon as one runs out, I have to take it out and put a new one in, and I'll have to keep doing this until God says. This one has a lifespan of 12 years. I've had it in since 2012, so I probably have like 5.5 years left.